The boat arrives. Come, with speed!
Prince Roland, will you leave your brother unavenged?
Oh no.
You!
Go! Leave this place. The Archduke will be content with your father's head.
Never. Esfrost will answer for its crimes today. Your Highness!
A shame. You might have lived a long life.
So long as I stand, you'll do him no harm.
I thought so. Maxwell's gonna stay behind.
Sir Maxwell!
My prince, you are responsible for more than just your own life now. You are a leader, and must be the beacon others look to when the night is darkest. My friends of House Wolfort, I leave Prince Roland in your care.
I knew it. It was too obvious.
Release him to me, and there may be mercy for you yet, Maxwell.
Tis you who should be seeking mercy.
Must you do this? Very well.
I think he's the Orlando of this game. He's extremely strong.
You were only toying with me at the tourney.
Only a fool shows what they can do when the stakes are so trifling.
I could not have said it better myself.
Now what's he doing? Wow! Jump! Nice. Holy crap!
How do you still stand?
You were this realm's fiercest warrior, Dawnspear. But today your sun sets, and a new age begins.
He is not dead. He is definitely not dead. Alright. That was interesting. So, are we gonna get more than this, or is it just one chapter? That was long. That was a. I think it was like just half an hour of cutscenes.
And so it was that the once proud kingdom of Glenbrook did fall. Esfrost seized control of the Crown City, threatening to bring the surrounding domains under its iron yoke. Now the Archduke's army marches upon House Wolfort's stronghold, where Prince Roland is being sheltered by his loyal friends and allies.
No, it looks like we are in fact going to be playing through this a couple more times at least. So, okay, I think that this means there's a cutscene here, and then it'll push us over here.
Your most honorable siblings, Lord Thalas and Lady Erica, have arrived, my lord.
Looks like they kept the princess alive. I kind of feared they would.
Thank you for the escort. You may go now.
If there is anything else that you require, anything at all, you need but say the word.
In that case, I would have a bottle of the realm's finest wine and a serving of fresh fruit delivered to my quarters.
But of course, milady, I shall have the servants fetch it at once.
Ever eager to please, isn't he?
I believe the word you're looking for is sycophant.
Yeah, I thought he's probably a house a castle servant or something.
Congratulations on bringing Glenbrook to its knees, brother. It's a thing of beauty, what you've accomplished. I trust you're already seeing to that fuss outside the castle walls?
Of course.
The other domains are putting up little in the way of resistance. Lord Telior trembles in his seat within the stronghold, and Lord Fox was oblivious to what was happening until it was far too late.
Wait a minute, isn't I'm pretty sure I saw that Cordelia was a major character too in the trailer.
How easily the three great houses of Glenbrook break under your iron boot, brother.
Wolford is the last to hold out, but Avlora will deal with them. Prince Roland will be in our hands before long.
Speaking of royalty, brother, I would have thought Cordelia would be dead or rotting in jail. Yet here she sits on the throne. She looks less a vanquished princess and more a queen.
That is precisely what I would have her be.
Whatever do you mean?
Once things have calmed, I shall assume guardianship over her and have her crowned.
And I'll control her.
A few days hence, Regna will be executed. I've already informed Patriat as much.
So the wise and benevolent King Regna meets his end at last.
Father.
Yeah, so basically he's basically gonna use her as a figurehead. That's why he didn't want to kill her. That also means she can play an important role there in the game too.
Subjects of Glenbrook, I am Gustadolf, Archduke and High Commander of the Grand Duchy of Esfrost. Hear my words. The sins King Regna has committed against us, and against you, his own people, are grievous indeed. 3 decades have passed since the end of the war. In the years since, we have all done what we can to rebuild our nations. The opening of the Grand Norzelian mines was to be the dawn of a new age. An age where our 3 nations would work together for the peace and prosperity of all. But King Regna spat in the face of that glorious dream. As our engineers worked tirelessly to put success within reach, your King Regna schemed in the shadows to seize control of the mine for his own profit. And when Dragan Esfrost, my dear cousin, and the man tasked with overseeing the mine's operations, became aware of this plot, King Regna had him assassinated in cold blood. In doing so, he betrayed not only my own nation and the holy state of Hyzant, but you as well. The very people who were to share in the wealth the mine would bring.
That doesn't make any sense. Here's the thing, though. He wants to take over Hazant as well, but if it's just this nation that betrayed Asfrost, then why would he want to take over Hazant as well? Something else is going on.
And so we were left with no choice but to march on Whiteholm Castle and put an end to Regna's treachery by force. Our actions were born of a righteous duty to avenge Dragan's murder and this odious betrayal of this historic accord between our nations.
I mean, this game is kind of like story-wise. I mean, it's very similar to Faust Tactics, of course, because lots of betrayals and everything, but also in regards to I mean, well, granted, Faust Tactics and Faust 12 are set in the same universe, so it makes sense they have similar thematic story connections.
What say you, King Regna? Do you deny these charges against you?
I do not. But I beg of you, spare my children.
That's the thing. He won't deny it because even though it's a lie, he doesn't want his remaining children to die.
Subjects of Glenbrook, your traitor king admits his guilt before you. The punishment for these crimes is death. Off with his head!
Roland, Cordelia, the future of our kingdom is in your hands now.
Yeah, we don't exactly know what happened, but I'm guessing that, again that's chapter 1 where the whole mine situation happened. That's probably in chapter 1.
Just days after the fall of the Crown City, King Regna of Glenbrook is beheaded before his subjects. The death of this kind and benevolent monarch plunges the realm into confusion and chaos. With the king perishes an all too short-lived era of peace, and in its place, one of bloodshed and turmoil.
Lord Landroy Falks, King Regnar's Lord Barrowman, since the days of the Salt Iron War, receives news of the liege's grim fate.
Your Grace, House Falks has failed you. I have failed you. High House, damn it all! When you needed us most, we were not there to answer the call. How did we not see what they were plotting? How did we not know to go to your aid? But no, cursing our fate will not bring you back to us. We must focus our efforts on the one who might yet save Glenbrook from downfall. We must protect Prince Roland with our lives.
I kind of like this. It shows you a little bit more of stuff going on in the background. Like, now there's 3 story events here that will tell you how the different houses and locations are like, oh, this is the reaction we have to the king's fall, the king's death. Lord Silvio Tellior, head of one of Glenbrook's 3 high houses, powers the future holds for his demons. Demesne? Well, whatever. Domain? I don't know.
Whatever is House Tellior to do? With King Regna gone, we must find a way to preserve ourselves. Landroy, that proud fool, will no doubt fight to the bitter end. But House Falks alone is no match for the Grand Duchy. Yet if House Wolford were to fight at their side, they say Prince Roland is in Wolford's charge. If this is true, there's a good chance they will join the fray. Or will they? The Wolfords may choose to ransom the prince to Esfrost in return for amnesty for their own domain. If it comes to that, Esfrost will either kill the prince and princess, or use them as their pawns, and Glenbrook will fall. Bending the knee to Esfrost may be our only hope if we are to live to see tomorrow.
Right, so this house is probably gonna follow Esfrost. The House Falks will follow. We'll try and protect Glenbrook, and you can choose which one you want to do because you can either bend the knee and give up a Roland. That would really change the story up too, because Roland will die. So it'd be interesting to see what would happen. Because we saw that sequence in the game where in the trailer where you actually could choose to either give up Roland or save it, preserve him. News of Glenbrook's fall reaches the citadel and sands, the far-off holy state of Hazant, where a great battle of the Salt Iron Wars fought so many years ago.
Minister Sorsley.
What is it this time, Booker?
We've just received word that Esfrost has launched a surprise invasion of Glenbrook. Whiteholm burns as we speak.
What's this?
The Crown City has fallen. King Regna was beheaded, and it is said Crown Prince Franny also perished in the fray. Prince Roland has fled to the domain of House Wolfort, with the Grand Duchy's army in close pursuit.
Goddess forbid. What could the Archduke be plotting? And what did the others think of the matter? At any rate, I must speak with His Holiness at once.
Minister, if I may assuage you, I propose that perhaps this situation may yet play to House N's benefit.
Our benefit, you say? Indeed. Indeed. You may have the right of it.
That guy looked at his sleazeballs in the start.
My dear Booker, whatever would House N do without you? Send a raven to His Holiness. Tell him that his faithful servant Sorsley would humbly beg an audience.
At once, Master.
Oh boy. Falk's Domain, Telior Domain, Crown City, Telior Domain, Wolfort Domain, Falk's Domain, Holy State of Hazant. Oh, interesting. Grand Dutch. So that is weird. The central kingdom, Glenbrook, is split into 4 different regions, but the other regions are just one region. I made their escape by boat. Sir Nolan and his retinue finally make it way back to House Wolfort Domain. But what waits them there?
Lord Serenoa! Oh, thank the heavens that you're safe.
It is good to be home.
Castle Wolfort is the most impregnable stronghold in all the kingdom.
Thank you. I can only hope Father and Sir Maxwell are safe as well.
Benedict, there is news.
What's the matter, Benedict? You look as if you've seen a ghost.
Your Highness, my lord, pray try to remain calm. His Grace was beheaded at the Crown City not bells ago.
Father. No. Say it is not so.
Roland. I can only imagine what you're feeling now, Your Highness. But I fear we have not the luxury of grieving. As the last living heir to the throne, there is no doubt that the Archduke will target you next.
Indeed. We must move quickly. I would seek Father's counsel.
About Lord Simone.
Huh? What is it? Has something befallen Father?
He died. I guess he was ill? Oh, he's sick.
Father!
Lord Simon, what is the meaning of this?
He collapsed when he heard the news from the Crown City, and has not opened his eyes since.
Oh, he's in a coma.
You must be mad. The man was stronger than an ox.
We cannot afford to lose Lord Simon. Not now, of all times.
Father! Be strong, Father. This realm still needs you. I still need you. Father.
Serenoa.
Is there any chance he will recover?
Our healers are doing everything they can, but none can say.
Very well.
In a coma.
Do not give up hope, Serenoa. The malady will not take your father easily.
Forgive me, Roland. I can only imagine what you feel now.
I must stay strong. I cannot allow Father's death to be in vain. You too must remain composed. For Lord Simon. And for those who now look to you for guidance in his stead.
I will try.
Pardon me, my lord. I come bearing a message.
From whom?
The scout we had sent in search of Sir Maxwell returned with this.
Sir Maxwell's mask.
Reports have it that it was found near Whiteholm Bridge.
Blood. No.
He's not dead. I'm sure he's severely injured, but he's not dead.
This mask was all that was found, you say?
The bridge was all but overflowing with the bodies of the fallen. It was not possible to ascertain all of their identities, and the swift course of the river thwarted any efforts to search further.
I see. Thank you for the report. Get some rest. You have earned it.
Yes, my lord.
Sir Maxwell.
Ah.
At Gustadolf's command, Esfrost musters its forces at Whiteholm Castle and commences a march on the Wolfort domain. Their aim, to seize in their clutches Prince Roland, the unwilling heir to Glenbrook's throne.
If there's no side story content here, we're just gonna do the yeah, we're gonna go here. So we're probably gonna have a brief walk around sequence here.
My lord, the Esfrosti army advances on us as we speak. A missive has arrived from Lord Gustadolf. It says they will stand down on the condition that we surrender Prince Roland to them at once.
With not much time before they're on our doorstep, my lord.
Word has it that General Avlora herself heads the vanguard.
Gustadolf's not taking any chances. The scheming bastard.
Summon the War Council at once. We must take swift action.
Yep, here we go.
You cannot be serious about this.
It's all right, Frederica.
Please continue, Benedict.
Thank you. Once more, I would ask you plainly. Do we or don't we relinquish Prince Roland to Esfrost?
I say we refuse. We owe Sir Maxwell that much. Precisely. Sir Maxwell entrusted us with keeping His Highness safe, and we accepted.
There's no place in the realm more sheltered by the terrain than this castle.
He is safer here than anywhere. And yet, if the Archduke were to march on us with an army as great as the one that took the Crown City, or, heaven forbid, a greater one,
the natural fortifications of this land would work against us. Our shelter would become our jail.
So you propose that we just abandon him? That we sacrifice his life for our own protection?
Better my life than any of yours. This is my battle. I would not see the blood of my friends spilt in my name.
But see, Your Highness, that's where you're wrong. House Wolfort's the sword and shield of the crown. You go to battle, we go with you. So it's always been.
Enough! I will leave before I see your domain ravaged by fighting. It is the only way. Surely you see this, yes?
I refuse to believe sacrificing any of us is the correct path.
My lord, we cannot allow war to come to the Wolfort domain. Your highest priority must be to your loyal subjects.
The more I ponder, the more the solution escapes me.
As the master of this domain, you and no other must decide how we proceed.
I understand that, Benedict. Prepare the scales of conviction.
That scales of conviction.
I would hear everyone's thoughts on the matter.
Huh. Interesting.